The first step to exploring the first step to unleashing our superconsciousness is figuring out what it is. It doesn't mean we have mastered a belief. It doesn't mean we've mastered concentration. It doesn't mean that we're able to control things, beings, or phenomena. What it refers to is an effortless flow state. Now, I am a big movie geek. And one of my guilty pleasures is Deadpool. In the second Deadpool movie, there was a beautiful actor who said that her superpower was good luck. Things just went her way. And of course, Deadpool said that's not a superpower, but she was the only member of his team that survived, so guess he was proven wrong. And a lot of us think that sounds wonderful. I would love it if things went my way. Now, I don't know about you, but as an adult survivor of child abuse, we kind of think that things are not going to go our way and people are not going to be kind. And if it's to be, it's up to me and we got to make things happen. And that's just a recipe for being a control freak. And I don't know about you, but I've never met a peaceful control freak. So I think we can all recognize that being a control freak is not fulfilling and it's not helping us to lead the life of Riley. So let's explore a better way. So how do we get this flow state, this super consciousness? How do we access it? How do we master it? How do we live from it? Well, let's figure out how not to get there. The path the path of yang does not lead there. But what do we mean by the path of yang? Yang's out when we are under the thrall of yang or patriarchy. We tend to be, and when I say patriarchy, I mean metaphoric patriarchy. That's another thing, has nothing to do with the shape of one's gonads. It has to do with the disposition of one's mind. When we are rigid, fearful, controlling, when we are rigid, fearful, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel, we might go many places, but peace is not one of them. My former wife used to see me try to control my way out of disability and control my way out of the cruelty of others. And she implored me to be happy-go-lucky. And that is exactly what is offered by the path of yin. When we are in the momentum of being flexible, loving, laid back, egalitarian, lucid, cooperative, and kind, life is heaven on earth. Things still happen that are ugly and cruel and unsustainable, but we are able to dance around them effortlessly. And more than that, we set in motion a falling domino like series of events that can help humanity's head to be removed from the warm, dark place it sometimes keeps it. So, how do we get there from here? Well, I recommend the path of mindfulness and meditation, and they're known by many names, such as Sati, Passaddhi, Chan, Dhyana, Protozen, Zen, Mahamudra, Mahasandhi, Anti-Yoga, Dzogchen, and Treksho. And despite the fancy nature of these names, it doesn't have to be difficult. Let's start with mindfulness. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, we access our sympathetic nervous system. It's caused with not even our brain, but our spinal cord, specifically the thoracic region. It evolved to help us not to actively concentrate, but to merely perceive, and to do so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. It is could be typified by inhalation's 12-syllable recitation, perceiving this very turbulent, play of mind. There are people who say that if your mind isn't peaceful, you have failed. No, you're not. It means you're alive. People say that if you have a monkey mind, that's a bad thing. Malarkey. Our minds evolved to be active. What are some of the antics of mind? Well, mind, through its sense organs, can see, hear, feel, taste, smell, and the like. Mind internally can emote, intend, reason, recall, and even imagine. So what do we do with all these things that we can experience? Well, that is answered cryptically by the single word meditation. You see, every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we are accessing our parasympathetic nervous system, ensconced within both the lumbar region as well as the tippy top of the cervical region of our spinal cord. This mechanism has evolved to support our physical relaxation as well as our mental release, as is typified by Exhalation's 12-syllable recitation, relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. Now, a lot of people get hung up with the idea of non-graspability, and people make it very, very complicated because they approach it literally. However, they try to superstitiously believe in it literally, or they try to defend it pseudo-intellectually literally. But what they fail to recognize is that way back in fourth grade, we should have learned that not all statements are literal. Some are simile, some are metaphor, some are hyperbolic. So think of it this way. Every time we relax into our exhalation, whatever we perceived during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as if it was as non-graspable as a vast, empty void. It could feel as if it was as non-graspable as the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn. For you can stand there and you can reach for the sky and you can grab with your fingers, but you'll never pull down a handful of blue. Therefore, by definition, the sky is non-graspable. This is the seed. The metaphor is the key to unlocking so many Buddhist metaphors, such as selflessness, birthlessness, deathlessness, emptiness, and the like. Let's meditate together after we conclude about 40 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I would spend more than 8 hours a day studying, practicing, and then reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Taoism and Buddhism so you wouldn't have to. I play the Yoda to your Luke Skywalker so that you could quickly and easily become the person that your dog already thinks you are. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. Just as a sprinter has a visceral reaction to the sound of a starter's pistol and the sight of a finish line, people like a modicum of structure. So before we meditate, I'd like to begin with a simple recitation of love. Together. May all beings master the Tao of simplicity, patience, and compassion. May all beings master the Tao of simplicity, patience, and compassion. May all beings master the Tao of simplicity, patience, and compassion. That's it. We've already explored the meditation instructions. So now, together as a team, let us meditate as transformatively as General Leia Organa on Ajan Kloss under the guidance of Luke Skywalker. As a kid, our secondary caregiver might have bolted 2 training wheels on our bike. For us, both our training wheels together is the equivalent of the 12-syllable exercise. Let's play with it together right now. Let's remove our first imaginary training wheel as we transition from a 12-syllable exercise to a 3-syllable exercise. During our inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, "Notice this." And during our exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, "Relaxing." When we find ourselves thinking, we can play with the label cognition, relaxing. This does not shove away the experience of thinking. It simply harnesses it so it can serve us, so it can, just as water will turn the paddles of a turbine generating electricity, by playing with the appropriate label in the appropriate way, we can harness our present moment experience to drive our meditation. We can remove the final training wheel as we transition from the 3-syllable exercise to the 1-syllable exercise. To do this, we've had to take poetic license and recall physical sensations form. We call emotional sensations feel. We refer to as the past as then, and to imagination as dream. So we're labeling non-dually. Instead of worrying about the precise emotion that we feel, we're just calling it feel. Instead of worrying about the precise sensation we're feeling in our body, we're just calling it form. Not our job to choose what we feel, but simply label our feelings as feel. Together as a team, let's chant a poem of the 49th poem of the Tao Te Ching. The wise have no set mind, their mind is joined to the mind of the people. Behold the absence of aloofness. To the good they are good, to the bad they are good, until they are good. Free of favoritism, a sage is good to all, and others and train up to them. That is how we change the world. To the truthful they are true, to the untruthful they are true, until they are truthful. Free of favoritism, the sage is honest to all, and others and train up to them. This is how we change the world. The wise live in the world and unite with it. The mind works in harmony with the world. With their very great rapport, their kindness stands in contrast to the world without alienating it. And the people focus their eyes and ears on them, for the wise treat them with innocence. The empathetic, centered spontaneity of the sage allows them to act sincerely, for they are free from agenda. Perhaps it could be great fun if we played with the Shakyamuni mantra. So give me a moment while I open up that text. Going to go under D for documents, Dzogchen. Going to look under E. Going to look under Easy Tantra. Going to look for Buddha's Easy Tantra. Okay, so now I'm going over to the OBS software. All right, let's play with the interpersonal dance of impermanence and interdependence. Whoops, I think I got a little confused. Okay. There we go. Wow, that was weird. Okay, let's start by reviewing emptiness together. As take two. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we notice during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although compelling to the eye, is not graspable to the hand. Homage, Lama, please come to this crown. O infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. Homage, Lama, please come to this crown. O infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. Homage, Lama, please come to this crown. O infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Whoops, that's weird. I don't know how that happened. Let's replace that. Okay. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. The results of our virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. When we interact with others, we can give them peace or we can give them turmoil. The results of our virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. The results of our virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. The three realms we experience as samsara are like a notion of suffering. The three realms we experience as samsara are like a notion of suffering. The three realms we experience as samsara are like a notion of suffering. Remembering this made my mind turn for Dharma. From now until I reach the very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. From now until I reach the very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. From now until I reach the very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. From now until samsara is emptied, may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings who have been my mothers. From now until samsara is emptied, may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings who have been my mothers. From now until samsara is emptied, may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings who have been my mothers. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my lives to the three jewels. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my lives to the three jewels. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my lives to the three jewels. Welcome to this morning's live stream. When you have a specific question about Buddhist or Taoist meditation or philosophy or chanting or application, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. So Dorje Sampa is a Tibetan name for diamond mind. So let's just continue. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purify my obscurations on Vajrasattva. So quick like a bunny, I'm going to edit because that's how I roll. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we notice during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although compelling to the eye is not graspable to the hand. We're going to play with two rhetorical questions, one verbal and one silent, one extensive and one concise. Ouchie. How is it that as we inhale all circumstances, our lots could appear quite vivid? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined paradise or vati of light. Om Vajra Sarva 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 How is it that as we inhale, all bodies, all forms could feel quite sensual? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable as a real or imagined archetype or yidam of light. Om Vajra Sarva 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 How is it that as we inhale, the interpersonal experience of communication or speech could be quite resounding? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it can feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined mantra of light. Om Vajra Sarva 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 How is it that as we inhale we could perceive all mind's functions quite clearly, yet as we relax into our exhalation they get viewed as not graspable as a real or imagined zidzerable hum of light? Om Vajra Sarva 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 Dissolving into light, diamond, mind, mother and father, blend with me in experience of oneness. Dissolving into light, diamond, mind, mother and father, blend with me in experience of oneness. Dissolving into light, diamond, mind, mother and father, blend with me in experience of oneness. I am like torch and altar in the sky in front of me. My rude Lama appears in the form of Padmakara, embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent rude Lama. I pray to you. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives, and in the bardo bless me always throughout the three times. Whoops, that was weird. Let's see if I can't fix that bad boy. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have their safety, good fortune, or boon. As a Buddhist real or imagined paradise, pure land of Auntie. Omahum Vajra Guru Manmaziri 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 Omahum Vajra Guru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi Hum. May all bodies, all beings now enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist thought of the blissful body of a Yadama floor and archetype of enlightenment. Om Ahum Vajraguru Manma Siddhi 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 May all relationships of all beings now be as loving and joyful as a real or imagined Buddha's communication symbolized by this 12 syllable mantra. Umahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 May all minds of all beings now be as wise and peaceful as the mind of a Buddha of law symbolized by a one syllable seed bija mantra or tea clay drop. Umahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightened form, speech, and mind. Please place your hands either on your crown or above your crown. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatsita Siddhi Hum. Please fold your hands, place them in your lap. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatsita Siddhi Hum. Please hold your palm before your throat. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatsita Siddhi Hum. Please place the center of your left palm upon your navel and your right palm upon that. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatsita Siddhi Hum. Please hold your palms before your sternum. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatsita Siddhi Hum. The Lama dissolves into light and blends with me in our inseparability. I behold the true face of the ultimate Lama, the union of intrinsic awareness and emptiness. Welcome to the live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or their application, simply type your question in the chat window. I pray to the protector, Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Pawape. I pray to the protector, Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound of Pawape. I pray to the protector, Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Pawape. I now give my body, wealth, and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings who have been my mothers. I now give my body wealth and virtue as qualities wholeheartedly to all beings who have been my mothers. I now give my body wealth and virtue as qualities to all beings, for they have been my mothers. Oh, look at that. I forgot a noun. Okay. I now give my body wealth and virtue as qualities wholeheartedly to all beings, for they have been my mothers. To seal this morning's practice with a bit of the old loving chant. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs. I'm trying to figure out where it goes. A thumbs up. Everything's backwards on this camera. It's so weird. In approximately 10 and a third hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.